Hello YouTube, welcome to Race Car Fabrication and Restoration. I'm Ronnie Humphrey. Thanks for joining me today. Well, as I said in our last video, we got a new project we're going to do here for you today. We're going to try to see if we can do a motor swap on this little Legends car. It belongs to a friend of mine, so let's get busy. All right, this little car belongs to a friend of mine who lives over in Ruston, Louisiana, and he's a very successful businessman. Matter of fact, he's so successful, he built his own racetrack behind his house. He's got a miniature Bristol Speedway, all concrete, about a quarter-mile concrete track, and this is one of the cars he plays on this track with. This is a Legends car. He also has an Opelville IMCA modified that he runs on the track as well. But the motor dropped a couple of valves, and we just thought it'd be easier just go ahead and get another sealed motor put in the car. I've never worked on one of these before, so it's gonna be kind of interesting to see. I think I'm gonna go ahead and probably start off by taking the front fenders off so we get a little better access to the motor. I have no idea, but we'll figure it out. Shouldn't be too bad, but let's see if we can get these fenders off first. We'll start there. All right, now that we got the front cap off, it's pretty simple. Got a motor mount here and a motor mount there. Got to get the exhaust off. We do have an oil cooler here. Just got two lines. It's pretty simple how they go down to. Steering shaft should not be a problem. And then really all you have then is just your, you got your breather lines that come off, going up to the breather up there. We got a main fuel line. That's simple. And the only little tricky thing we got to make sure, I'm not sure the new motor's coming. I'm sure we'll have to probably swap out this bracket down here, down in there. Then we got the couplers got to come off, but I mean, it's pretty simple. One wire going to the starter, and that's it. So I'll go ahead and start loosening this stuff up, and I've taken pictures so I'll have something to go back by. But now I don't know about the new motor, if it's gonna have the coil stuff on it. I have no clue on that. But we'll leave all that attached, but hopefully it'll come with all the stuff on it. But I don't know, we'll see. And I know we'll probably have to get this, oh yeah, I know it doesn't have carburetor, so we gotta take all this off anyway. So we may go ahead and let it back down now. Let's pull the carburetors off while it's in here. I don't know. I got a side on it. We'll see. But anyway, we get some of this other stuff off now. I'm going to get tires off of it as well in the front. Well, those are light. That's nice. Put a little bit of oil on this exhaust. I don't want to have to replace a stud. Yeah, these have to be checked like on a regular big car, I guess, because they are definitely loose. That's one thing a lot of racers don't do. They won't check or keep a check on their header bolts. That's something you just gotta, should be on a weekly checklist. Hope I can get this header out and miss this radius rod. I may have to drop it off. These little cars are fast. I'm not sure if you ever seen them run or not, but they're they're quick. We were racing over at Monroe Motor Speedway, and we run our late models over there. I think these dudes were, I don't know, they wasn't faster than the late models, but they were quick. But the scary thing is just to me, there's no protection in them, and boy, you can sure get hurt in them. Just need good seat setup and obviously good belts, but they're real good about checking. I mean, it's a national organization. A lot of current, I think it's where Byron Williams, where he started out, was running Legends cars over at the short track there at Texas Motor Speedway. And so there's a lot of people got their start in these cars. And it's really good proving ground. When the way they got it set up, it's huge at Charlotte Motor Speedway. They used to have a summer series back in the day, and they'd run them on Thursday nights, and man, it was a good racing, and had all the different divisions for kids and juniors and seniors and over 55, and guys, they did some racing. Okay, this is the last nut. See what we got to do here now. Yeah, that's what I figured. All right, well, let me get this dropped off here, and then we'll get the header out of the way and move on to something else. All right, that should give enough room to get the headers out now. There we go. Bring this rod back in. I just don't want to lose anything. That's the most important deal. I just finger tight everything. Okay. All right, let's go to the next pot. Well, they say necessity is the mother of intervention. I had to take a piece of rod. This is 3/16, or actually it's a 1/4-inch rod. Drilled a hole in it and stuck a Allen wrench in it and welded it up so I could reach these clamps on the carburetor. And this way I can get them all backed off. It's a lot tighter working on this car than I thought it'd be, but hey, we got a one-off tool here now for this project. All right, we got them all loose now. Let's see if we can get I guess a screwdriver or something, see if we can pop them loose. All right, I'm gonna take a fork here, see if I can. There we go. All right, they came out. All right. There we go. Okay, now trying to keep them doing having to undo all the wiring on this thing. So that's one step closer. Okay, so figure out how to get this thing tied up and be right back with you. All right, I didn't want to bore you with a lot of details, but got the oil cooler off and got the clutch undone, clutch line, and got the, like I say, the fan out. And we had just look a little bit of wiring harness to do here. Luckily, everything was plug and play, so we didn't have to worry about cutting any wires. And you can see here, this is where our clutch line goes to, and I think that is everything. Yeah, that's coming out of the motor. I think we're good. So all we have to do now is take these 2 bolts out here. I think the way I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna leave this mount here on. I'm gonna take it off the frame. I'm not sure how they do it, but I think that's the way we're gonna do it. We'll get the motor lift over here and see if we can set this thing out. I think it's ready to come out now. Well, you can see we got the motor out, and I tell you, this was a booger. I wasn't sure how this thing goes together, so you end up having to take these 4 bolts out. These are 5/16, and we're going to change that up. I think we're going to put an Allen head in there because you can't hardly get a wrench on it. Man, I tell you what, that was a bear trying to get those out. But we will have to pull this coupler here off. It's got a big nut in there, pulls that off, and then gotta get the new motor in and get it, side by side, see what we gotta swap off. But anyway, I got a firewall all cleaned up. This thing's just oily, really bad oily. The only thing I don't understand, it wasn't running a side cover on here. I know that's right up against the firewall, but goodness gracious, I can't imagine that thing unsealed racing it that way, but maybe that's what they do. I gotta find out. Okay, well, that's where we're at. Well, that wraps up part 1 of this little project here, trying to swap out this motor in this Legends car. I tell you, it was a new experience for me, and I think I figured it out. I hope we don't have any issues getting the new motor running. I'm going to check with the people at Atlanta Motor Speedway. I know there's some little tricks about how you need to prime this motor up, so I do not want to mess up a new motor. So anyway, thanks for joining us as always, and make sure to tune in on our next video, and we'll try to see if we can get the new motor in there and get it fired up. But have a great day. Again, don't forget to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and a notification bell. And we will see you next time on Race Car Fabrication and Restoration. God bless you. You take care.